Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Safehouse presents Mulut Murai. You're back with another podcast episode. I guess this is a different kind of style because right now we are doing a photo shoot with Bibo Aswan, a fashion photographer, in collaboration. He's gonna do some photographs for us with Naufal to produce a zine under Safehouse. So I just figured why not we just do this together, and you guys can get a glimpse of what we are and what we do, and maybe I can talk to them a little bit more for our episode. Just to get the business shit out of the way, we are a weekly episode. We are trying our best to release every episode on Mondays, which is why we're going to do this, because I didn't have a guest this week and we're renovating our venue. So I just thought, okay, how about Safehouse members and our friends to be part of this episode? I guess it'll be a little bit shorter because it's not like a specific topic in mind. Business shit out of the way. If you guys want to support us and like what we do, you can go through our links somewhere in the links in bio, and there's a donation button. Financially supporting us will definitely help us to move forward, because this studio was not pro bono. So yeah. And your we'll shout out the studio at the end too. If you guys want to give me any feedback, it's s2u.pod or safehouse.kl on Instagram, or my personal Instagram vckoilusi. Next up, we have someone who has been with us for about 3 months now. I think you guys, if you attended any Safehouse events for the past 2-3 months, you've probably seen her around. But what you will definitely have noticed was her involvement with our social media, because I feel like none of us are really like, social media is something that is just we never really wanted to delve into too much, every one of us. And she really took the role out of like she was excited to join us at first, and then she really took that role and really helped us keep the engagements coming. I think that was the most important. Like, one of her posts was also reaching up to like 1.2k likes or some shit, and it was about the how artists are struggling during the COVID times. And so I'm with Shauna, our intern.
Hello.
Who's also she was handling social media and also part of the production, who like kick-started the Safehouse to You podcast on video. And she also takes a lot of photographs for our events. So like, all in all, she really helped a lot in like most of our content now, let's say, right?
Yes, I'm very helpful. I guess.
Because we weren't looking for an intern during when she reached out to us, but you heard about us and then you were like really interested to like join for some reason. You want to talk a bit about like why that was necessarily the case?
Because for our internship, we also look for art-related places, and I think Safehouse is like pretty cool. There's like cool people, and then like the mission was to like make a sustainable Malaysian arts industry community kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's really cool, because during my course, I also learned that it's not very easy to like succeed in Malaysia and stuff. So, and everyone's like, oh, if you want to be good at this, you should go overseas. But
As an artist, you mean?
Yeah. Like, if you wanna become a filmmaker, you should like go America and study film and stuff. But then I was like, but this is my roots, and then like seeing Safehouse like trying to do stuff like this is really cool.
I guess that's quite interesting. I never really like talked to you about that certain aspect, that like about the local part and like how you feel more at home in Malaysia, so you really want to do your art in Malaysia. Like she actually is a student, a film major in Sunway College or University?
Performing arts, which is film and theatre.
Oh, film and theatre in Sunway College. Uni.
Yeah.
Sorry. But yeah, so like, we never really had much of that in Safehouse. Especially our content, we like did super easy live streams and stuff. We thought that like where you could really fit in Safehouse is like really exploring your creative abilities, doing much like more than just film, like whatever you really wanted to, right? Like, you did some videos for social media content. For the podcast, you also like started the video portion of it. What did you think about the overall experience?
Pretty cool and awesome, because like when I was compiling my portfolio to hand out to my lecturer, I had like a lot of things in my portfolio, and I was like, I've never done all this stuff before, like designing or like trying to do things outside of our syllabus, and it's like
Oh, you put the safer stuff in your portfolio.
to hand out to my lecturers.
Oh, nice. Like a log report or something, huh?
Yeah. So it's like pretty cool because I mean, besides my syllabus, I barely got the chance to do anything art related by myself, and like Safehouse let me put my own creative expression into these like small designs and little videos, and it was a really cool opportunity. Yeah.
That's nice to hear. I mean, we didn't really want to like make this into like a commercial about Safe House, but like more about like how you know, like really as a creative yourself, like, you know, you're also trying to, because you just started and you're like pretty young, right? You just turned 18 also, and you're like really exploring what you want to do. But you're pretty set on the film part. And I noticed that one of the first events that you like taking pictures for was like B&W Shorties. Do you want to talk a little bit more about like your film process and what you have in plan? And because she will be leaving 2 weeks from now, we also don't really know what you're going to end up be doing in like a month or whatever, especially with your own work. Yeah, so you want to like explain a bit like what you'll be end up doing?
Like, to be honest, right, I also don't know. Like, I'm just kind of like going with the flow, and I am studying film and stuff, and it's part of my personal interest kind of thing. But I'm also really open to like anything else that art can take me, I guess, because I feel like I'm still young. I have time, you know.
Are you gonna study overseas though?
Like, I should be, because some of
You should be.
my family is there.
Oh, where?
So Australia. Yeah, to like be more skillful before I come back and do my own stuff, because I think having technical ability is pretty important too if I want to excel. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you feel like you will be still in Malaysia, like working and doing your art in Malaysia?
I think so. I'm really not so sure because I'm still like trying to figure things out.
So that was Shauna. Shauna Saw on Instagram. And if you guys seen like for the past 6, 7, 8, I think for the past lots of content on our social media, she was handling that, and like most of it is just her own content. Like we didn't really direct any of it. Yeah, and like some like really nice picture of Naufal also that she took. Yeah, so I'm glad that you had the chance to be able to like work with us for the past few months, and I hope that you had a good time, and I feel like everybody also like appreciated you being around. Thank you.
Thank you.
So the premise of this episode is a little bit different, but everyone is everywhere, and I don't have anything in my head about how to tie this shit together. So I guess I'm just gonna go around and just have a quick little chat so you guys get to know who I'm working with Safehouse, and what we do and what each of the other persons do. Recently, I had this encounter with a podcast listener, and he was like, Farhan Fauzi, I really like your podcast, but I have like no idea who the person was. Shout out to you for coming up and saying that, because it meant a lot, knowing that people do listen in. But my point was that I'm guessing that the podcast has reached a wider audience now that might not necessarily know each one of us who's involved right now. Recording with the camera is Hiren, aka Hiroshi, who was running Rocket Mob, and we'll get to him later as well. And the one doing the audio is Orang Malaya. I'm guessing he's the most well known out of all of us, but he's also the guy behind the mic, behind the camera for now, because he's my producer for this show. So this one is my girlfriend. We've had prior episodes with Alicia before, like 2 or 3 times.
Yes.
Okay, I'll just put it here, 2 or 3 times, and yeah. So my people might not know who you are, and maybe I'll just do the introductions for you. Alicia is a freelance graphic designer for now, and also a brand and product designer, and also a social media content creator.
Not really. Mostly, I just like do a lot of like visual related, so that goes with like branding. I recently did visuals for Last. I do graphics for TNT Co. I do a lot of branding,
Yeah.
graphic design.
And at the end of it, I think she is also just an artist on her own, like, cause she does shit for fun too. Like it's not just purely for work. And I think it's one of the main premises that we have had in the show is that how we balance this like corporate lifestyle and just also being artistic and creatively expressing. And knowing that, you're my girlfriend and you have like 5 different freelancing gigs on top of your corporate job last month before you ended that, and your masters on top of that, and Safehouse on top of that. How are you able to like juggle all of that shit?
Well, basically, if you have a very understanding partner that don't bug you every hour, it'll be quite easy to. I mean, not really lah. You just have to manage your time properly, I guess. I just try to do it. I just have to-do lists. I guess I'm quite organized in terms of timing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't really have a social life. My social life is my family and my boyfriend.
Yeah.
So that's basically it.
So I guess it's like a give and take. A lot of people feel like they get jaded after a while when they're like working corporate because they're like, I can't creatively express anymore.
Yeah.
But you seem to be able to not run out of that juice. In my eyes, like you seem to be able to just keep shit going regardless of you doing it for fun or creatively, like your artistic thing or for work.
I don't necessarily feel jaded. I haven't been feeling jaded for a really long time. Maybe I got it when I was younger, but I think as I get older, I think it's just more practice and like everything works like very templated in my head. So when you do research is really important. The whole jaded part isn't really a thing because it's not like a free flow expression. It's like there's a lot of research before you design, so you kind of know what you need to do.
Yeah. So for Safehouse, she's also says
I'm jaded
like,
with Safehouse though sometimes.
She's jaded with Safehouse, so that's why she was really not into this. What? Okay, so now we gotta cut our podcast for something a bit more important, which is the group photo. So I'll be back with someone else after this. Next up, we got Hiren Siva, aka also known as Hiroshi, starting to really get his name out there in the internet world as an artist of his own right.
Yeah, I guess so.
He was involved with Safehouse from the start, alongside with me, Naufal, and Alicia, and he's always been a supporter of what we've been doing, especially with Hoax as well. That's what we like linked up. Prior to Safehouse and Hoax, he has had like a Rocket Mob, which is his like video production, mostly for music videos, and where he really like experimented a lot of new styles that I haven't prior to him seen that much of in Malaysia. And the way that he linked up with me was he wanted to do a video for Busted from my music, and then we had like a really good time, and I think it turned out to be like a cool little project that we all end up doing. But since then, up until now, I think he as an artist has definitely like developed and grown so much more to what he was before. So what was that growth like, the change from like what it was before, and how your artistic styles have changed? Because when people look at your Instagram, I guess when they scroll through everything, they can really see the difference. And so out of all of us, I think artistically you've changed the most.
I mean, at the beginning, I was still like finding my like specific style or like what I wanted to do specifically. But now I feel like I'm more like comfortable in my own style, I guess. Yeah.
Would you say that your involvement with Safehouse really did anything for your creative process, or is it just like something that you got elsewhere, like the internet or something?
I think the internet and also like maybe Hoax, because it's like Hoax first before Safehouse. Because I think by the time I started with Safehouse, I think it was like moving somewhere already. I mean, in terms of like personal style and stuff like that.
So in Safehouse, he's mostly responsible for any like spatially related things, like renovations and interior design and whatnot. Also social media at some point. And then now he's just ended up being the production side because of his like vast experience. So like when you can see a lot of people, I don't know if we've reached that point in this video yet where you notice most of the partners, is that everyone has like extensive experience doing a lot of creative things. And you can do like music videos, you do editing, you do directing, but you can also you are also like an architect's graduate.
Yeah, but I'm not really practicing at the moment.
Yeah, but like you still have that background, which I feel like a lot of people can't even say, because what I hear a lot about architecture students is that most of them just end up like dropping out, but you managed to. I mean, you deferred or like failed for like one semester.
I feel like twice.
Twice, and then but either way you like pulled through.
Yeah.
Why aren't you doing architecture now? And why do you think you can do like jump from one like medium to another? Because you're now like kind of like a graphic design artist as well.
I think the good thing about architecture is like it's very versatile when you study that, because you can. A lot of people delve into like different creative fields and not really practice architecture as well, but it kind of gives you the basic foundation and framework to like in terms of like being a creative and like creativity in general and design process and thought process.
So there's like a bunch of things that you kind of applied from your architecture studies or upper theories and stuff like that into the actual art that you do right now.
Yeah, in terms of like any creative work, I guess there's a lot. I mean, because architecture is more about like conceptualizing and like tying everything together and being more cohesive about things. And that one, I think you can bring it forward to like a lot of creative medium.
Even like your final project, when you were talking to me about how in school you were thinking about like where shadows hit and windows are and all these like more theoretical elements. And I think you can definitely also see with like the recent art that you've like been getting recognized for. But what do you see like at the state of you are right now, and how the creative industry is with people who are just like jumping from one thing to another? What I notice is that people are starting to recognize you as like an overall artist, not just like a music producer or a music video producer or editor, or not so in a whole. That I think that people are just like, oh, I want to know more about Hiren because of him being able to execute a bunch of different things. And do you think that's the case like that in Malaysia, or it's like different, that it's just like people are still looking singular?
I think that definitely is like, I mean, it's not just singular anymore lah. I mean, before this, I think people just expected like me as a director and videographer. There's like a lot more things to branch out. I mean, people are like looking at me as more versatile, I guess. And
people are hiring you too, right? You recently got like a 33.3 gig.
Yeah, I'm getting small jobs here and there and stuff like that. But also, I think I definitely need to have something like some stability, and also focus on like a proper career path, which I like haven't really delved into.
So out of everyone, the ones that really have a corporate job is just me and Alicia, I think, for the time being. And Hiren is definitely going down that path.
Yeah, soon, hopefully.
Alright, thanks man. I think that was insightful. And people who want to hit him up, it's at Hiroshi_.
Yeah.
Or Rocketmob.
Yeah.
_ Arief Othman, aka Orang Malaya, and I think that, like I said, he's like the most well known out of everyone here, because in his own right he's a musician, but he's also like the most recent member of Safehouse, just joining. I think it was been quite delayed lah, honestly. I don't really know why it wasn't done earlier, but he has a lot of experience doing music management. That's why he studied in the UK, and he also has a lot of definitely like experience within the music industry and the creative industry. And I went up to him one day and I was just like, why don't you just fucking join Safehouse, because we do need someone who's going to like strategize what is going on with Safehouse. A lot of us are looking at the very smaller things, like when I do it, like I do events and Alicia does the branding and visual identity, but no one really is thinking about like the direction or basically how to like expand and grow. And one of his first things that he said was, the next thing that you guys have to do is have a outdoor festival, and that's like the necessary next step. Yeah, and I think that, like, okay, cool. If you think so, why don't you just like help us out and reach that? I want to just like talk a little bit about what your views are on what we can do, and not necessarily the specifics, but like why it's important and what is the potential.
Well, I'm here to strategize, but not actually to strategize it super corporately. So trying to have fun, and what I can see, companies try to innovate or globalize. That's one thing that I actually know of. But I think nowadays it's all about partnership. And I can see that we can use festival as a ways to partner with a lot of people.
So you think that the necessary thing that Safehouse has to do, or like our responsibility, is to like partner and collaborate with people more?
Yeah, just try to be inclusive. try to be include everyone around us, near us first, like all the coffee shops around, TTDI, whoever doing creative stuff, creative studio, whatever. Basically, we try to link up with them, and just maybe if they're interested to actually like before, we've been doing this event and all that stuff, try to make it grander, try to make it bigger, and the only way to make it bigger is to actually partner.
Yeah, I do think, I mean, I don't know who I talked to about this, but like, I think it's easier to just be able to like do bigger or more ambitious kinds of. I talked to a fucking Zim, man.
Yeah.
I talked to Zim, and I was just like, we are doing small things individually, but like when you partner up with someone, the project in itself can be more ambitious and can be more grander, because at the end of the day, you are pulling your efforts into one single project instead of two smaller ones. And I think in this way, it really like puts a perspective on how independent organizations or independent creatives can really like expand and like hit the mass, or like hit as much potential as possible just by these like partnerships.
First thing first, everyone is like, I don't know, they're trying to compete with each other. I don't believe in competition now, because nowadays in music, what I'm doing with music is to just collab. Like all these cats, like all young people, they want to collab with me. But back then I used to say like, no, this is kind of whack. But now I know for sure that in order to do something with your, like what you're passionate with, is to actually partner with other people who are the same level as us, to be passionate with whatever we're doing. Just like you have like other jobs to do. A lot of people have like their own bread and butter. We still want to do like this thing that,
Like passion project.
yeah, like a passion project. Partnership. We just partner with who. It's just that a lot of people nowadays, a lot of companies, they just, if they don't have the fund, they won't do it. And I think that the only way to actually not care about funding is just treat our resources not just financially, but the capital, like human capital.
Yeah, I think we realized what Safehouse is, not necessarily because we make the most amount of money, but like actually the support that we know that there's some support that the community gives us, and like we kind of can pinpoint, okay, what kind of like group of people or like demographic that really shows up, and that we can like really 100% depend on within the KL community. So I think like when you trying to like give your input as an artist as well, you right now, I don't know, for the past 6 months or 1 year or whatever, you've just been like on doing features and shit like that, and it doesn't matter the level of like the popularity of the artists that you work with, but the fact that you're just like, people do want to like have me on a song with them, and they're willing to also pay for it, and me also willing to just like reach out to these kind of like smaller artists, even bigger artists, that kind of like stimulates this like partnership or like collaborative nature of the scene.
Yeah, we just want to. It's like we've been trying to get into the corporate economy, so I've been thinking, why not we just make our own economy and just create our own cash flow? Because for me, cash flow is something that we need. We need that like frequent cash flow monthly, and just transact with each other. So by transacting with each other, by pay me, I pay you, we just create our own economy, and from there we can showcase our economy.
Yeah, so like you've also seen that a lot of people who involve with Siva are just like varied and does a lot of different things. Like I have my own personal job also, and I do Safehouse when I have time. And I think when you get to another point where we meet Rahman, which is like our second most recent partner, he's also got like a bunch of businesses, and this is just purely like one of many. And I think it shows really like how capable we are as people, and not to just like tunnel vision into one singular thing, and then like be able to like be as diverse and various as possible. Not just thinking about, I'm an artist and this is the only thing that I'm going to do. I'm also going to be an artist or a creative, but I also have these other like sideline objectives, which is to like grow the scene or the community alongside it.
I mean, why I do that is because I just want to depend on myself and also the independent sector. Just like everyone else, they want to be their own bosses, but in the end, they don't have that economy for them. So, first, especially in Malaysia, we need to create our own independent economy. So, we need to actually be more than 50% contributing, more than 50%. Like in music market, we need, like worldwide music market, the independents are like taking over more than 50%. They are the ones who are actually, contributing in terms of revenue. So we need to actually do that because nowadays I see that people, like majors, mainstream, they have the money, so they look into, they try to acquire this independent artist and just put on a deal that might make a win just for the mainstreams, and everyone is like looking towards, I want to be in the mainstream, I want to be in a corporate level, I want to be in this establishments, like 50-30 years establishment already, that shit. And I don't think that it's innovative. And for me, what is important for me is to innovate. Yeah, to innovate is to actually have that funding, and to have that funding is to have our own economy again.
Mulut Murai definitely focuses on this like independence. I think it's in our bio also description about the show. Is this difference between like independent efforts and these like grassroots efforts versus the mainstream efforts. And I guess like Safehouse in general really has that kind of sentiment. Correct. So thank you very no, what the fuck, it's not an interview. Next up we got I don't even know what your last name is though.
Have a guess.
Huh?
Have a guess.
Tan.
Wong. That's
Wong.
Shauna's
Oh shit. This episode just shows how little I know about our interns.
I love my boss.
I'm not your boss. So yeah, the next up we have Ethan Wong, who has been with us quite long, actually longer than Shauna. It's been like 5-6 months, I think.
Yeah.
He started out. I mean, you're studying. Well, what is it exactly? I mean, I know you do events.
And marketing.
Events and marketing is like your major. And he reached out to us also. I don't think that we were looking for an intern during that time.
Yeah. I just dumb luck hit up this lady called Quasi, and then yeah,
and you didn't know anything about Safehouse also.
Yeah, barely.
But he did know that we did events, which is basically what we do. I mean, we make the most amount of money with our events. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to do much for the past few months. Therefore, Ethan hasn't been doing much events at all with us, but he has been doing like a lot of other things, running around for the most part, but also just like
Carrying plants.
Yeah. But also, I mean, I don't know, just like getting the behind the scenes of what we actually do at Safehouse, which is the not really like glamorous part, which is the actual labor shit.
Yeah.
That people don't really see. I think that this is the thing that will make us jaded one day, I think, is if we keep doing these like menial fucking tasks, and not really like plan to like delegate and grow from that. But going back to you, did you really get to see anything about like event management from us?
In the beginning, it was a bit tough because I was mostly doing labor-intensive stuff, which is fine for me. You want me to hold this? And I understand that, I have to start somewhere, and I really don't mind that. So right now, I'm very blessed to have a lot of chances given by Farhan and the whole team, which is my money giver.
Dude, I don't want it to be like you're like praising Safehouse or anything, but like the way that I deal with things is definitely just like hands off, because I'm just like, okay, Ethan, next up, next event, you just fucking handle it, you take care of it or whatever, as long whatever that you want actually that you can just like do, and we don't really mind. It's also not like Karate Kid, where you have to like fucking do the dishes and fucking mop every morning until you find the correct lesson.
Yeah.
To event management. But yeah, unfortunately we haven't really gotten the chance to. But I don't know, like the way that I see it is that you're very involved with Safehouse, and like for me, like I really appreciate having you around because you're able to like execute a lot of things that we just feel like, okay, we can just trust Ethan to be reliable and just do whatever needs to be done. And that goes to just like finding new people, to be part of our events. And I think now I just told him, okay, you're going to be handling like our weekly events. It's just going to happen more frequently. So what do you think about the overall scope of Safehouse and what you're doing currently?
Fun is making me cry, but it's a good thing, definitely, having more events at hand. And now Naufal is staring at me. Naufal is like taking off his pants or something like that. But yeah, back to the events part. It's something that I'm a bit intimidated by, but I'm actually gonna take as much advantage as I can from this.
Do you like any of our events? Is there like a specific event that we do that you like feel like, oh yeah, it's nice?
No, it's a very normie answer, but I really enjoy music a lot, and especially like the music events where people just go sicko mode. I find that kind of cool.
Have you been to any?
I've been once, a very long time ago, back when the bar was still in where the bar is now.
Yeah, because it just doesn't it just doesn't make sense. Like you come in during COVID, right? Like, and then you want to be like, involved with the COVID with the events, but then it's just weird. I mean, we try our best to have shit going on, but it just never really works out. So I'm sorry that like you never had this like first hand experience to just be like part of these like events that we do.
Good things take time.
But he's also like one of these like quirky characters that people really like on our vlogs. If you guys have seen our IGTV, and I think that like instead of doing events, I really want to just shift him to be like the face of Safehouse.
Facebook?
No, the face.
Oh, I thought Facebook. I mean,
You know, Tesla has Elon Musk. Safehouse has Ethan Wong.
Travis Scott has Travis Scott Batman. Yes,
This is what I mean.
the baby. But I mean, I wouldn't mind taking that role just to try it out. It's pretty cool, once in a lifetime.
I don't think it's once in a lifetime. I think you can have a lot more of these opportunities. But like, thank you for your quirky answers.
Thank you.
We will have a video from him on very soon, right?
Yeah, basically, I managed to salvage like a time machine in my backyard. I managed to like go back in time when all the Safehouse bosses were like really young. So that video is gonna be released on the 1st of April. Someone swearing behind the camera.
I don't even know what the video is about. I haven't even seen the previews yet.
That's good. Element of surprise.
Yeah, so look out for that. He's a creative on his own. Like I said, if you join Safehouse, you're able to really expand all these creative expression that you want, and not just dial into one singular thing. He is now a video content creator and also an actor.
They nominated me for the Oscars last year, but I didn't go.
Next up, we have our second most recent partner.
Who's the first?
Our most recent partner is Arifa.
Oh shit.
Our second most recent partner recently joined in during MCO number 2. We were looking for an F&B partner. We were like posting it on our Instagram because we just don't know anything about F&B. And then he came out of nowhere with like Instagram account that was private, which has 0 followers and 0 following. And it was the most sketchiest fucking like thing. He was like, bro, can I join? And we were like, okay. But so far, we've realized that he owns multiple businesses.
Abdul Rahman.
Yeah, so I don't know. I guess like I don't really know how creatively inclined you are and what you do, but like you do realize that the potential. I think the way that like him, what you were talking to me about is that you realize the potential of the brand and what you really wanted to see. I guess it's like the way that you saw it is like a really business centric point of view.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a business man. I think I'm still young, so I don't want to use those big words. But Safehouse is a brand that has potential, if I may, gila babi, and it's just a matter of propelling in the right direction with the right motivation and push. That we can reach there in a matter of years.
Reach what?
To be the place for anything creative related industry, for those who is new, not for the established one. The established can come in, but it is really a place for the new ones to come in and give it a try without being damaged, without being like played played around by what he always preaches about on his Instagram.
The big guys.
Yeah, the big guys. So we bring. I think Safehouse is more like a house for this kind of people. Hence the name, and hence how I want it to be. It should feel like a house for those people in the creative industry. Yeah.
Yeah. Just as a quick introduction, because I'm pretty sure most of you who would like tuning in have no idea who this guy is and like where he came from. But like I said, he like has I don't want to go too in depth about like what businesses he has. But I do know that he likes to dabble with like a lot of these like creative endeavors, like clothing, for example, and also like music.
Really?
Betul lah.
Yeah.
What about Safehouse, or like what about that like in particular like attracts you as a businessman? Because like what we always talk about, and like Hiren and Arief and Alicia and me and Naufal, we all kind of like experience it firsthand, is that it's really hard to like make money out of this industry.
Yeah, it's true. What really attracted me to Safehouse is, I think maybe I've been exposed to business since a very early age. That I've have to be a professional since a very early age. That I didn't have time to have fun, and I look at Safehouse as the place to have fun. And the business part of me, of course, it always kicks in no matter where I go. So when I look at it, this is a good place to have fun and make money. Yeah, I've talked to Abang Fahad numerous times about how we're gonna be the next. What is the festival again? Big one in the country.
Good vibes.
Yeah, those kind of thing, good vibes, all those stuff. But we do it our way. We're gonna do tours. We're gonna have a small bus. We're gonna do like state-based focus, like events, those kind of stuff. Yeah, a lot of things, man. It's fun. Yeah.
So do you think that you can make money out of this?
Money second here.
So that means so that means he doesn't really see that we can make money.
No. We can make money, but I'm not here to make money first. You know how we run. You know how many shit we are doing at the moment. In fact, I think not even 3 weeks ago we had a meeting, and somehow right now we have 6 different things that we are trying to achieve. That's almost one each member. And if you think about making money now, it's a bit dumb. The smarter way is to make sure we are able to run first, then only think about finishing the race and then moving to the next competition. Those kind of mindset lah. We need to be able to row the boat first before we even think about putting a motor on the boat and make money out of it. So that's my mindset at the moment lah, for the first year maybe.
Excellent and intellectual analogy, Mr. Rahman. Thank you very much. It's not a fucking interview. Okay, so for the last partner, we have with me Naufal Anwa, who's been a partner with me for like quite a long time. I think from the start. I think definitely I've been around with Naufal. He's also showed up on one of our episodes. I forgot which one. I think the episode 15 or 16 on Mulut Murai.
Did you pay 279 ringgit for Peggy Goo?
Yeah, that was the title of the episode, and it was a really fun one. I think a lot of people tuned in for that. But as you guys may or may not know, he's like the second most famous in the Safehouse group.
Who's the first one?
Arief. Would you agree? Yeah, I think we all can agree that Orang Melayu is like the most well known. Yeah, so this just like to get shit going. He's the one who's orchestrating this shit, and he's like super ADHD right now. I can't sit fucking still. He's orchestrating this with Bibo Aswan, who's going to do a zine for Safehouse, which is like a photo zine, a collection of pictures that Naufal has had, and as well as the ones that Bibo is taking with us right now. And coming to the table right now is Zul Amran, legendary guy. I think everyone is just a lot of things happening right now.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, we're doing this photo shoot right now, and like, okay, it's it's for the team and some friends of Safehouse, and yeah, it's our first time taking photos together. So just now we had like this group photo, and it was so awkward because we've never really taken like company photos, and yeah, I think it's fun. Bibo is here. He's the genius behind like whatever effects that he's doing, and I think it's nice.
For this specific episode, we're doing like a little deep dive into like the creative.
Hey, Rahman, change the sound, man.
Sorry. we're doing a little deep dive into, not really, we're doing a short little dive into the partners and their creative processes and what they do in their spare time, because we've noted that like everybody has their own thing and it's not just like one singular job at Safehouse that they have. And now, so like I'll start. Like I think a lot of people know Naufal as like a DJ. We've covered this in the episode as well, but he also is taking his masters currently.
I'm done already, actually. Just finished. So,
What's it about?
Masters of Business Administration, specializing in strategic management.
So how do you manage? I mean, I'm guessing you also don't have a job right now compared to a lot of other people, and especially during the COVID times, the DJing that obviously is not has not been that frequent. So what do you do to stay afloat?
I'm actually not earning. I haven't been earning for a year since clubs are closed. There are no gigs. So I'm just burning through savings, and my mom is helping me out a bit. I don't really spend much now, and I spend most of my time during the MCO finishing my masters and doing stuff at Safehouse. And yeah,
I know that you had a bet with Alicia, like who would finish their masters first.
I finished first, but she's close, really close.
No, she's not. She deferred one semester.
Yeah, so
you won the bet.
we didn't wager anything, so but it's more of an ego thing. So yeah, we've been friends for a long time. I think Alicia is one of my oldest friends. I've known her since high school.
So what do you think about Safehouse thus far and like working? I don't know, like because for me, you play a major part in like all the things, creative things that I've done with Hoax as well, and now this whatever evolution it is into what it is now. And we're all kind of like falling into our roles more in tune, more specifically nowadays. And I think it's really good that we just like, okay, this is the type of work that we do, this type of work that we do. And Naufal is mostly taking care of like the BD stuff, just talking to outside people and clients and shit like that, because that's shit that I just don't want to do.
Yeah, I think they appointed me for the BD role because BD stands for no, BDE stands for
What?
Business Director Executive.
That's you.
Yes, I'm the BDE, and yeah, I think I fit this role like well because I do talk to people often. I do find clients, and I think at first when we came out with Safehouse, there was no particular leadership role, but like we treated everyone equally. But now I think as we want to achieve more, we have more objectives. I think we have our own set of roles, and yeah, we still treat each other well. And Farhan keeps everything together. He reminds us on what we need to do and stuff, which is good, you know.
Any like, okay, so I just like I think what's funny about the older partners and then the newer partners is the fact that the new partners are definitely 100% like optimistic, and they see like a lot of like, you know, bright futures that Safehouse has and our potential and stuff like that. But what do you think, for your sake, like do you see something that you just do on the meantime, just like take it step by step, or do you see like a larger objective in mind?
Yeah, I think I do see a larger objective. It's just that we started like I think for me it's my first actual business, and I think we came about during the worst time, like which is the pandemic, and we made it through. And I think
Not yet.
yeah, we're almost there, and I think if we can survive this, we can survive anything, man.
Yeah, that's what I have had in mind also. It's just like, okay, a lot of businesses are falling out, especially during like this whole like creative sector, and they're just like, okay, fuck it, no more bankrupt or that to do it, just keep going. And I see a lot of people doing crowdfunding and donations, just keep going. But yeah, I do agree that like if we just make it through this simple thing that we have, I think maybe like the last half a year,
Yeah.
we can really stand out. You know, in the market, let's say, for like what we do.
I think 2020 was just like we had to adapt. We had to get used to changing things up. So we came up with workshops and then live streams and stuff. And like now, I think we are ready to change up anytime. Busy is like we have a full-on menu now, and I think we are hopeful that we can operate fully again. We can do music shows again, and we can actually make money this time.
It's not like we haven't made money,
More money.
but hopefully we will actually make more money. Yeah. So yeah, so I think that was everybody. I don't want to do a different shot for an outro. You guys got to meet everyone, and like they have their own introductions and tell you, okay, all of them have their own creative endeavors. All of them are doing other shit as well, and all of them have really like ambitious goals and objectives for Safehouse. And I do believe that we have something to offer for the time being. So if you guys are tuning in to Safehouse to You presents Mulut Murai, I'd like to just give you thanks to all of you that just like keep supporting. And I was looking at the stats earlier today, and I was just like, oh, it's gone like way up. I think it's doubled the amount of listeners, average listeners since when I first started. So I think it's great that we'd like be more consistent with this shit. So if you guys want to give me any feedback on this is an interlude episode. Like obviously the next ones we're also having renovations at Safehouse, so we can't really have like a setup currently. But if you guys next episode we're going to have a proper setup hopefully, and I will be joined by Daniel Adams, a photographer, and as well as Sarah. I think I'm Sarah from Polydoc Stress Studios. So they're both photographers. And if you guys just want to support, give feedback, it's at s2u.pod or safehouse.kl, or if you want to talk to me directly, it's at vckoilusi. If you guys want to donate to us, we would very much be grateful. Did you know we got like 400 ringgit
What?
yesterday in donation?
Nice. I think, Farhan's been like dope. He's the reason I'm listening to a lot of podcasts now. So
I mean, I didn't get into it that early on. Also, I think I just got into it last year, so it hasn't been that long of a journey. But so thank you for tuning in. If you guys want to donate, the link is somewhere there. It's in our bio. It's always there, and we'll be forever grateful for all the support. I mean, financially, that you guys give us. Thanks very much. See you guys next week.